be doing a Yoyos only playthrough, bro. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. It's super fun. Yoyos are like a little niche that's in the community. Not a lot of people fuck with them, but I really like them, you know. Like, they're really fun to use. You see I'm creating a world and a character, but I would like to give a big shout out to my friend Stone. Put an image of the comment right now of him saying he wanted to see a legendary mode Yoyos only playthrough. And Stone, I'm too much of a pussy to actually do that. So we're gonna be playing on master mode because legendary mode is really freaking hard, and I just don't really want to, you know, have to go and put myself through all the terrible atrocities that sit behind legendary mode. So as you see, we're we're just gonna make our world this. We're just trying to. Oh my goodness, why do I take so long to do this shit? Anyways, guys, but yeah. The Yoyos fill a very small niche in the community. Funny end of despair, that's kind of what this is. It's a really hard run, guys. This video took me ages to finish and prepare, but I do collect all Yoyos in the game, not, excluding, like, you know, the Deb set one, throughout the playthrough, and it looks really cool. We play on Crimson, because it's way better for us, you know, to, like, for the Yoyos, so we can get the meatball. We already start by chopping down some trees. Our Walmarts are going to be prosperous. Okay. Very prosperous Walmarts. We're going to have a lot of Brainrot filled. This is a Brainrot filled episode, I'm not going to lie to you guys. But, you guys see us chopping, building up. First Walmart. And soon after, we decide to go to the right, you know? Maybe look at the Crimson, and, yeah. It's not good, bro. 1 HP. About to get destroyed by a Chimera, or we're gonna get DP'd by a blue slime. Super fun, right? That's the first death of the playthrough. The first death, guys. Super fun. Super fun. Already very promising. But Yoyos in the beginning of the game are fairly weak, so we're gonna have to wait till like a decent. We're gonna have to wait till at least hard mode for a decent power boost. I try and add these foundations because I think I'm like cool or whatever, but we end up finishing our modern housing, our modern identical housing for those less fortunate to live in, which are obviously our NPCs, which we're going to be stacking up to the ceiling and cramming as many into this shitty little wooden box as possible. Nighttime is among us, so you know we're going to get absolutely destroyed if we don't stay in our house, because you know how it is in Terraria, bro. Zombies be dealing way too much damage. So, we decide to dig down in preparation to, like, get away from the zombies and shit. Oh my goodness. So, digging is, as you know, digging in Terraria, where you die every 5 fucking seconds. Which isn't all that fun, but, you know, we gotta keep chipping at it or we're gonna get nowhere. So, jump down the hole. For some reason, I moved to the left, you know. For some unknown fucking reason, I moved to the left and killed myself. There is a ton of deaths in this, like, startup section of Terraria because, you know, that's how it is. So, we keep going down, collect our loot at our gravestone. And then we just kind of kick it into high gear, okay? We really kick it into high gear. Just this. Fucking, I hate digging in Terraria, but you know it takes some time. We just keep dying over and over again. No, that's how it is. But it's fun. It's fun. It's fun once you get it moving. So, what we're gonna be looking for in these chests are Hermes boots. That's about it that we want from these golden chests. I don't know if, and a band of regeneration, of course. But we also are going to go mining for some better armor. We really need some better armor, because as you see, we're dripped out in fully wooden armor. Life crystals would be fun to get to. You know, we need health, obviously, so we do all the basic necessities of starting up a world. Where our first pre-boss armor is going to be platinum, of course, because we are a melee character. Find a big vein, okay, very interesting. We mine out all of it while getting hurled insults at by a slime, even though they don't have fucking mouths. You see, we procure a heavenly amount of armor, or, well, ores. But, we're back at it, and then we get pwned. Absolutely pwned by a red slime. Super fun. Super fun. Jump down and die, because I place platforms like a dumbass. Super fun. More loot, more loot. I love these underground caverns, but these underground caverns we clutch in them. Open it, our band of regen. Perfect. Clap it up, dead ass. We get what we want. And now we go on a big expansion of the house. So I realized that 4 rooms isn't gonna cut it for our whole like NPC farm, and so I start building up a ton. I don't know what my aesthetic was when building this, but I kind of just did it. It was fun to build. It was really cool. Um, and I like the pillar aesthetic. I don't know why I did that this run, but I just did. But we go back to chipping at the gold ore. Well, it's gonna be gold ore. My fault. I said platinum earlier, but fuck that. I don't. We finally get our yo-yo though because of like spider nest that we crawled upon earlier. But guys, I got a question for you. Alright guys, am I gonna A, survive, B, start sounding, C, goon, or D, explode? Comment right now to let me know what you guys think. I'm sad to say, but if you picked option D, you won. And what did you win? I have no clue, but you won. Alright, so now we just are doing like the basic motions of starting up a world. You know, go down in the caverns, break some stuff, get life crystals, mine out. But in this run, guys, we have a really weird amount of luck. 2 bat bats just sitting right next to each other for some reason. That's really rare, bro. I think it's like 1 out of 400, maybe. I'd have to recheck back on that. But we go to the Crimson. We're gonna be breaking some hearts because we just want some loot for some reason. I don't know what like made me think in this sense because we don't need anything from these if we really think about it because all the drops are kind of subpar and not useful in our yo-yos only endeavor we're taking on, you know. But after he spawns in, we grab the loot and we scurry on out of there. And from there we go to the jungle. The jungle has a lot of good loot for us, okay? One instance is we could go do Queen Bee, you know, kill her, get the high 5, but that's obviously after beating a boss. But right now we're going for the Amazon Yo-Yo, which is going to give us a pretty decent power boost. But instead to like get that, in a way to get that, we have to kill hornets, which take an abnormal amount of time, you know. As you see there, me taking ages. And that was like, oh, of course. Of course. We're going to be exploding a lot in this run. After we explode, we're then we're skull fucked again by the goblins. Okay. The goblins come in because I decided to break those hearts. And after we get bombarded, we instantly leave. Instantly. And spend 12 purgatory sentences thinking over our life choices. Very fun. Very fun. I love this game. My favorite game of all time. Spend way too much time in the menu screen and spend even more time trying to kill the Goblin Warriors, which is, as you know, extremely fun and why I play this game. The Goblin Army is the only reason I live. Shadow Ball Barrage kills us. We somehow make our way to the jungle. I have no clue, honestly, how we made to the jungle in one piece. Thought we're gonna be in small, bite-sized pieces for the goblins to devour. You know, jungle loot's always juicy, always good. So we end up looting a ton out, except that chest. That was the Staff of Regrowth. And we were getting gangbanged. And we come home, instantly die to our goblins that are just waiting there for our buttholes. This is just a death montage at this point, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The game is not kind to me at all whatsoever. Before pre-boss. Pre-boss, like, Master Mode is actually unrelenting, bro. Like, so bad. And so we dig underground, blocking ourselves in to create a lava pyramid trap so we could just like wait out the goblin army, you know? Well, not wait out, but you know what I'm saying. So we do that. I'm trying a new format with my videos when we're doing these Terraria videos. I got some music playing on in the background now too, so I hope y'all enjoy that. But yeah, we Shawshank our way under, and we create the lava while we're still getting shot by the balls of death, which are so annoying to deal with. End up going back to the jungle. Oh no, we go over. We're going to the Shimmer biome. My fault. Yeah, as you know, the Shimmer biome is one of the most useful biomes in the game. Unlocking a lot of stuff for us. We're going to be building an amazing structure, I'm pretty sure. And it looks beautiful. We can get the life crystal enhancement, which will obviously boost our regen. Oh, and then we also get, like, later down in the line we get more upgrades, but you saw I got penetrated by a mother slime. And we see a blood moon's rising, so we get into our pyramid, and we kind of wait this one out. I don't think we get anything that stands out, so this was kind of a throwaway blood moon, to be honest with you. Kind of sad. Chartreuse necklace would have been, like, the best thing to get, obviously, from the blood moon, which we obviously did not get from this one, I think. But yeah. go back on our way to get the Shimmer biome back, of course, after we got murked last time. You can see the Mother Slime holding our loot hostage. And we find it with this weird tunnel that leads into the Shimmer biome, you know? And there's some life crystals, so we're just gonna throw that B in. And we are getting absolutely pieced up right now in the fucking Shimmer biome. All is not good. Because the mobs in pre-hard mode, like if you're pre-boss, they're unrelenting, literally. So we get pieced up trying to build like walls around, and then the Eye of Cthulhu comes on in. And as you know, we have no arena to fight him in, so we're gonna try our best with our Amazon Yo-Yo, which seems to be doing good in the beginning. He's chunking his health out. We're chunking his health out, and he's chunking ours, respectively. And we kind of just walk him around. But like something in this run that's very like annoying is we have a lot of skull crushing like 1 foot losses, like a really sad amount, which is like really it's really sad. And this is sadly one of those skull crushing losses. I'm absolutely sweating off right now while trying to beat him, and you saw me get turned into a bloody pulp. So we walk our sad asses all the way back to the Shimmer biome to finish building, and from here, guys, we end up building a beautiful, bountiful, amazing house, and you are about to see the time lapse of said house being built. It is an observatory build. It's good for me, okay, guys. You've seen my building in my other runs. It's just basic 1x1s. Is usually my building. So this to me, guys, is a good build. Okay. So you guys are about to witness it being built. What are we going to use the Shimmer for? We're going to use the Shimmer for reforges, too. That is actually going to be our main source, because in the Shimmer, what you can basically do is you get infinite reforges. If you craft the item, then you throw it back in the Shimmer to decraft it, obviously, and then you get a different modifier on it. So basically, what it does is just infinite reforges for free, is what I'm saying. So, and also, the Shimmer Bomb's obviously good, so we just do that. And yeah, it's coming together. It's coming together. And as of right now, we have a jungle pylon, but it will change into a cavern pylon because this looks ugly with the jungle pylon. But see, there's the finished product. The Goblin Tinkerer and the the Demolitionist will be staying there. It looks really... I'm very proud of this one. We do a little bit of reforging because, base things that I told you about that. Like, only the crafted ones can get thrown in the Shimmer, so we do the non-crafted ones yet. We hop our asses to the Shimmer Biome, the Ice Biome, because the Ice Biome, we only need one thing, which is Ice Skates, which you get out of the first chest, which is pretty huge. The Ice Biome would have been good to explore maybe in, like, the beginner part of the game, because they have so many heart crystals. But we do have a Spiffle plush, which is something I didn't point out. I wanted to point out in this run because that is really rare. I think I've only gotten like 2 in my entire career. Now we decide to build an arena because you guys saw us get washed by the Eye of Cthulhu, and we don't want that to happen again. So here we are trying to build Eye of Cthulhu arena. It takes a really long time. That's why it's sped up. You guys see me in this run like using a lot of speeding up features just for this run because like there's a lot of stuff that just takes a lot of time. And I think I put my foot in this episode. I really like this episode. Do a little bit more reforging, it's just how it is. And TerraSpark is amazing. TerraSpark, if you don't have TerraSpark pre-boss, what are you doing? Like, to be honest with you, what are you doing pre-boss? So now we're going to build the arena for the Brain Cthulhu, But in the meantime, we might as well do the Torch God event because, like, who doesn't do the Torch God event? It's just free luck at that point, So we end up summoning him on up, and it is extremely unrelenting in the Crimson Biome. And I noticed this like after I create the arena because the blood crawlers, oh my goodness, they like can hit you into the things sometimes. Like they just stop you. By the skin of our teeth, we got the Torch God's favor, and obviously collect our torches back up to place our now Crimson torches that give us boosted luck, which gives us better like attack damage, it gives us better defense hits and like low rolls. It's a lot of nerdy stuff, but that's what I do to like maximize because I'm like, horrendous at the game. So here we're gonna be fighting the Brain Cthulhu with a yo-yo, which is extremely painstaking. Even if we have our counterweight, we're only hitting like 1 creeper at a time if we're lucky. But if we're lucky, we can hit some more. So we end up breaking all his creepers, and now he's coming at us full force. So the brain crawls at us with maximum efficiency and tries to grip us, but we obviously don't want to be gripped by the tentacles of this disgusting, massive grossness and burst him into pieces. Okay. So from here we can get Hellstone armor, which is going to be our best armor set for pre-hard mode. We come back home, and the Eye of Cthulhu awakens. Okay, comes out, and we're like, oh. Well, I mean, we obviously force awaken him, but that's what I'm saying, like, he awakens. Don't judge me. So we get him down to second phase, okay? And we are shitting on him right now with our Amazon Yo-Yo. The Amazon Yo-Yo is so good. Honestly, pre-boss, yet it's chunking health out of the Brain Cthulhu and the Eye of Cthulhu. So we just keep running around our arena, fighting him the way it was supposed to be. You know, how we didn't do it before, and we end up killing him a lot more, because I want money, you know? And we can sell all of his things for, like, really high amounts. So we do a quick eyeball bursting session, so we're not pouring the crib anymore. And we are absolutely feeling we're on top of the world here. We're killing Eye of Cthulhu's left and right. We're having fun, okay? And when it gets near and close to the end of the night, we end up stopping, obviously. But I thought I'd show how we get so much money. And the Shield of Cthulhu is so good. Oh my goodness. If y'all are not using the Shield of Cthulhu, what are you doing? It is like one of the best Master Mode drops, if not the best. So we set up our shrine in chronological order. You know, we killed the Brain of Cthulhu first, so we will have it there first. If you question, everything from there just goes in chronological order. And you guys saw me with the sharpening station. We got a sharpening station from the jungle, which is so huge. So huge. So we end up selling this like I said we would. And we just absolutely make bank here. I think we made a platinum. We get a Deathbringer pickaxe and, you know, time to go to the Congo Cobalt mines to mine out some Hellstone. Like, Jesus Christ. It's so bad. It's so bad. Elevator making is a pain at best. Like, that's the best it can be. So, here we go. Hellstone mining obviously is not fun at all, of course. So here we are, just mining out Hellstone. Absolutely terraforming the underworld so we can procure some meteor, you know. Of course. That's what we do in runs. So we run our asses to the jungle so we could go fight Queen Bee above ground because I'm too much of a pussy to fight her in her own home, you know? Like a Sigma Ultra Chad. I just can't do that. I have not... I'm a beta right now. I haven't achieved Goontosis like our coming up enemies will. So we summon her on up and try to run out. And this plan is shit. It's like actual dog shit because I'm so damn slow and I can't get out the damn hole. So she cuts our wiener off. Basically, that's what she does to us. Honestly, when we try and leave the hole. So now we're above ground as we intended, and we're just gonna create summoners. So summons for Queen Bee, so we can just have an easier time. So we summon her on in, and it's easy for the time being. You know, we're chunking our health. We're chunking our health, half down, and we have not taken that much of a beating yet, as you can see from our health. It's really easy until like the end. It really comes down to the wire with this boss. This type of boss is so bad because I'm trying to do the Shield Cthulhu thing. But you know, I'm shit at the game and I can't. And by the skin of our teeth, she dies to fire damage. She dies to fire damage. In every situation, we lose that. But she dies to fire damage. So we win Queen Bee. And we obviously get the High 5 Yo-Yo, which is one of the better Yo-Yos in the game. Because it summons bees. And we usually... I think we equip the Hive Pack because it is a ton of damage. You can absolutely chunk boss health with this Yo-Yo. So we summon them on up and we're getting shit on. We're getting like really shit on in this beginning part because this is our first Skeletron fight, and I think the smartest strategy for fighting Skeletron is to run directly into his big ass forehead, right? So we end up surviving taking down both hands, which with a Yo-Yo, this boss is like really easy because like if you hit one segment, it usually bumps into the other segment. And it's like a butterfly effect. But yeah, we do win here because we have an insane amount of range for like a melee build. This is like way too much range, and it's like really easy. What we're getting from here is we are just going to be getting a Cobalt Shield. I'm pretty sure that's all we need from the dungeon. And I don't even know if we explore the dungeon right now, to be honest with you. Because it's like really all we need. But we end up accidentally getting a Yo-Yo. I tell you right now, guys, I was not intending of getting a Yo-Yo from there. Because I don't think it does more damage than our High 5. And you know, the bees are better. But I get the Valor Yo-Yo, which is pretty huge. Not going to complain, not going to complain. So we start building our Wall of Flesh arena so we could fight him. Because you know what, like the next step is Wall of Flesh at this point. We have nothing else to do, and of course it's a pain. Why wouldn't it ever be a pain? I hate Wall of Flesh arena creating, it's so bad. But He comes on in, bro, and bro, you're not gonna believe me when I say this, but surprisingly, with one of the worst melee classes in pre-hard mode, we have a hard time on the final boss of pre-hard mode. This boss, dude, don't even get me started. We don't even. I just realized we don't even procure a cobalt shield. The goal of the dungeon was to get a cobalt shield, and we don't even get one of those, which is so stupid. So we of course die because the hungry are so strong in master mode for no reason. Try again, and we start from the farthest side on the left because we ran out of space, as you saw. I was like scrambling to try and get past it. But we're buffed up. We get all the buffs. We summon them on up, as I already said. And we're doing alright. We're not doing so bad. We can kind of keep our range with the Wall of Flesh sometimes when we're not hitting the hungry continuously. And I try and use my Shield of Cthulhu to try and like be better, but then I just get shit on and I get dragged and I lose half my health bar in an instant. And as you know, we get stuck because I decided to be lazy and not build, and we get absolutely pinned against the wall and crushed into a million pieces. We try again. I mean, what else can we do? We have the best weapons, we have the best accessories, we have the best armor. We just keep trying, because, you know, and then we absolutely get pinned on the wall. Absolutely pinned on the wall. Super fun. Like, super, super fun, guys. This is the part of the run where I, like, start, like, taking more breaks away from playing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have as much fun playing when the, like, shit, like, I'm just slamming into a brick wall repeatedly trying to win. It's like insanity. I'm literally going through the 7 stages of grief trying to beat this shitty boss. He's just too Ohio Sigma for me. I need to start edging. I need to start gooning. We do end up gooning later on in this. We come across some gooners, I'm not gonna lie to you, in this playthrough. But yeah, the Wall of Flesh is absolutely eating our ass out. Like, dude, Yoyos, surprisingly, guys, are not the way to go. So we end up switching the way around on where we're gonna go. Summon him from the right side this time, because our left side is one of our clear buildings, so I randomly had to start with mine. A change of mind. So we're doing really good at keeping the hungry at bay, and we kind of like just keep our distance, because what we were doing before was kind of face tanking all the damage and just trying to kill him as fast as possible, which I realized is not possible with a yo-yo that does 30 damage per hit. So, as you see, we do get closer to killing him, which is, hey, it's a W, am I wrong? Like, we're doing better. So we try him again on the right side going left, you know. I always fight left to right. I don't know why. I always fight Wall of Flesh left to right. Comment down below which you guys fight, left to right or right to left. Because this is like one of the first times in my playthroughs I fought right to left. I don't know why. Right to left is just kind of unnatural. And I just like going left to right for some reason. It's just like, you know, nature. Like you read a book left to right unless you're like from Japan, you know. So we are doing really good for some reason. We are doing really good this run, out of nowhere. So we end up beating him, of course, you know. We're just better. And we go to the mines. The mines are calling our names, boys. We're gonna get adamantite. I didn't feel like showing the process of me breaking the altars, because, you know, it's just break the altars, whippy, da-da-da, you're done. Go mine, which is what we're doing right now. We absolutely get the power upgrades. We get an armor rock in the means of, like, all of the chaos of getting into hard mode, which is currently our best weapon for the mechanical bosses. And I hope you guys take to notice our amazing shrine of yo-yos that we've got going on. So, we go down, we're going to go farm for some souls and ichor, because we really need it. And we also need fully adamantite armor, because we are missing one piece, just one piece. So as you see, we're in the hollow. We're going to get souls for the spawners, okay? Because I was not lucky at all with spawners. Like, usually in my runs, I get, like, a spawner from a drop, but I just didn't. So, we end up crafting full adamantite. I was contemplating creating frost armor because I fuck with frost armor sometimes. From time to time, I guess, I be fucking with frost armor. But also, a necessary power boost before we fight any boss is the yo-yo bag, which is what we are going to be doing right now. We are searching in the jungle because they have heightened spawn rates, you know, of course. And the guy's there with the cascade yo-yo, which does a lot more damage than our armor rock, but doesn't apply the frostburn effect. And he decides to jump in the lava right in front of our face before we can buy the cascade yo-yo off of him, which is super good for our cause, of course. Of course. So we talked to him. Surprisingly, he's selling cascade yo-yo again, which is like pretty rare, I'm pretty sure. And so we buy the yo-yo glove and the cascade yo-yo, which deal a ton of damage compared to our armor rock, as you see. We take our sweet time doing so, I guess, watching him get burnt alive. That's a trap chest. Please don't open that. I'm begging my character not to open that. But the yo-yo bag is extremely good. We're gonna go up to the Wyvern Lair headquarters, because we need wings if we want to fight any bosses. Like people that be fighting bosses without wings, I do that sometimes. I do. Well, that's like at the end of the game when like infinite flight mounts are a thing. But other than that, if you don't get wings in hard mode, what are you doing, bro? You're actually a noob. Or you're like really good. But yeah, while we're looting this chest because we're a greedy son of a bitch, we get attacked by a wyvern. We end up killing him here though, which is pretty huge. And we create pixie wings, if I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure we create pixie wings because those are the manliest set of wings and they're fun to use. We get an Ankh shield, which is obviously, we spent tons of time farming for that. I just decided not to show you. And here we are, like, clipping the wings of pixies because, you know, it's literally the best. Well, it's probably not the best wings, but it's the easiest ones to get. And I'm kind of a lazy son of a bitch, so we're just not gonna put our foot into getting, like, any other wings, you know? And we spend 40 purgatory sentences in the hollow. And we end up reforging all of our gear, and right about now, we are as good as it's gonna get, so we grab our flesh knuckles from killing a few crimson mimics, and we sleep the day away. First up on the deconstruction list is the twins. We are going to be killing the twins first, because with yo-yos, the range is like optimal, I guess, which, like, it was the most desirable out of the three. Skeletron Prime would be alright, but the twins are just easier. I don't usually have trouble with the twins, but we summon them on up, and we get to throwing our yo out, which is pretty fun. I mean, this run, it was very weird, but I enjoyed playing with yo-yos because they're so weird. They are... It's just like a combination of ranged and melee that is so likable. So we end up turning Spaz, and he's chasing after us. Retinazer is kind of sad that we transformed his brother into an unlovable demon. And then we get into breath smelling range of the Spaz, which is pretty bad, because he does a ton of damage and absolutely lasers our health down. So we're getting really close to our expiration date, and we expire. Which is, hey, I said we usually don't have trouble with the twins, but everyone can have trouble on the twins sometimes, okay? It's not that hard. We stupidly summon them on up when we're not full health for some fucking reason. I don't know why I do this. But, yeah, we get absolutely gang raped in our own home. And, they spawn in on normal. Like, they spawn in normally on the blood moon. So we end up fighting them on the blood moon. And tell me why, on the blood moon, when everything's supposed to be harder because all the monsters are out, we do better than our other runs. Why do we do better in a harder fucking, like, time, if you really think about it? Because we are full health right now. We are doing way better than before. Spasmatism's not hitting us at all. It's kind of because I learned the patterns. I kind of, like, stopped goofing off and decided to pay attention. And Spaz does go down here, which is pretty huge for us. Because Retinazer is basically a cakewalk after Spaz is dead. That's, like, why I think the twins are one of the easiest mechanical bosses. Because once Spaz is down, like, what is Retinazer doing to you? Like, nothing. Actually, oh shoot, Spaz got me really low. Retinazer could have got the kill off, but he didn't, you know, because I'm just him. We end up transferring Retinazer, which is alright. He's kind of harder to hit with the yo-yo. And that's our first mechanical boss down. And from here, we got a dev set, which, yeah, I'm not joking, the dev set that we got is red set, which has a yo-yo, which is better. It's like, it is a ton more damage than our normal yo-yo. So we get an insane boost to power, which is like, you guys are not gonna believe me, but this is extremely lucky, bro. Like, I had so much fun. But, yeah, Skeletron Prime's up next, like I said, because he's, like, way easier. And what I'm noticing, with this, like, insane range from the yo-yo, we can keep our absolute distance, and nothing is, like, really dealing a lot of damage. And we don't even get Life Root here, which is, like, not a necessary boost. Like, you don't need Life Root once you beat one mechanical boss. That is usually what I do, though. That is usually the formula for success. Because, you know, like, if you can get increased health, like, why don't you? And, okay, I said we beat Skeletron Prime, but as you see, the laser connected with my forehead and he ended up dying. That was a really close victory as well. But from here, we're going to be getting our first solar eclipse, guys. And as you know, pre-Plantera solar eclipse is kind of useless. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think we can get anything of use. It's kind of just sitting in our lava trap pyramid. We can get parts of the Celestial Shield, but that's about it. We can't get any good drops from anyone. We can get Vampire Wings, but we have Dev Set Wings, which are just better. So, like, why would we even bother, you know? So, we just sit away and chill. Next up is the Destroyer, and I apologize that we start in the middle of the fight, but the start of the Destroyer fight. So hear me out. The start of the Destroyer fight got corrupted. Like it's either I wasn't recording, or the filming was split into two pieces for some reason and it didn't record. Because I remember doing like something before this, before I started recording. But it was a Destroyer fight. I don't know what you guys expected. It's easy enough, okay? So hopefully you won't hate me for just beating it. And now we get Plantera. Once we beat Plantera, a lot of stuff is gonna open up for us, guys. Like Plantera is kind of our capstone before we become like really like end gear, end game, da 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 da, finished. Because will get our final yo-yo after Plantera. That will be our final yo-yo, like before Moonlord, of course, because I'm gonna get the Terraria. But you see, it's really hard. Like the jungle in hard mode is one of the hardest biomes in the game. Like surprisingly, because you'd think it would be like Underground Hollow or Underground Crimson with the mimics, the bio mimics being like a pain, but this game is just way harder in the jungle for some reason. Those jungle crawlers, they rip you to shreds. But Plantera will be getting tossed, I'm telling you right now. Once we beat Plantera, the Function is definitely on the list. You guys see us with our full maxed out health from Life Fruits. And Red's Throw here absolutely desecrates Plantera here, guys. This yo-yo is unironically the best melee weapon for arguably the best melee weapon, because it seriously is good. We get saved by iframes there, I'm not gonna lie to you, and we chunk our health like really fast. I know I'm chopping I'm chopping the video so you won't believe like it's going this fast, but I think the total footage of Plantera was like I can't even give a good estimate because of how fast and like weird it was. Because I've only had like mediocre like runs of like getting Plantera killed. I only have mediocre kill times of Plantera. This is a fast kill time. Ichor debuffs are huge. We're gonna kill a paladin because we need a frozen shield. Frozen shield is the best like shield out of all of them, if I'm gonna be honest. It is the best for even people that aren't melee. It is just superior. I think we get ninja gear, but we don't use it because it's kind of obsolete. But we spend an insane amount of time in the Function looking for our next yo-yo. The Kraken. Guys, this yo-yo takes an insane amount of time, okay? I think I got like 49 key brands, which all have the same drop rate chance as the Kraken yo-yo. But it's the grind time's worth it. Because with that Cascade yo-yo we got while dying, again, very symmetry. We're dying and then getting what we want, usually. But the Kraken yo-yo will make the Mothran fight 10 times easier. Because the Kraken yo-yo absolutely chunks health. I try and go into the Goon Tunnel, okay? The Goon Tunnel. We're gonna call this the Goon Tunnel or the Goon Temple. The first layer of tier, the first tier, is the Gooners. These are like the average Gooners. These are the guys that aren't like that smart, if I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? These guys just goon to anything that moves. And they're like, their experiences with these people are like, oh yeah, I love to goon. So we get penetrated and our body is obviously goon too, most definitely. But once it starts to sediment into the bricks of the temple, the tier 2 might have something to say about that, but we'll talk about that later. We sleep the day away for the solar eclipse. Guys, what we're doing here is we're waiting for Mothran spawn. What we want from Mothran is the Eye of Cthulhu yo-yo, which is our last yo-yo. It is our last yo-yo in the playthrough. Which is pretty sad because I wish there was more of a power leap. Like don't get me wrong, the Mothran yo-yo is extremely strong. Extremely, extremely strong. Because I beat Moonlord with it, and it wasn't even that hard to beat Moonlord with it. But it does a lot of damage, but like, you know, I wish there was more yo-yos with like secondary effects, because like the new high five obviously is and he comes on in while I'm explaining this, but yeah, the new high five it's good, I love it, but there's no hard mode yo-yos that have secondary effects that are like any good. Like all these yo-yos are kind of bland, they don't really do anything to the enemy while you're attacking. Mothran goes down surprisingly easy with the Kraken yo-yo. Like I said, the Kraken yo-yo absolutely chunks health. It is extremely strong, and of course, I'm thankful for a first try Eye of Cthulhu yo-yo, which is followed up by a death, of course, before we can grab the yo-yo. As you know, the running theme in this playthrough. But guys, we will forge it up, and we will be trekking on into the lair, because I want to go back. Tier 1, we get past the Gooners easily, okay? But tier 2, this is when it really starts to like start getting serious, okay? Tier 2 is full of the munters slash professional gooners. So we gather ourselves and try and make it to tier 3 with the thought in our mind. The only terrible thought on our mind is if we die, we know what they're gonna do to our body. But then the final tier, we crack in to the room and we see posters of Mr. Belding, and we see video clips of him talking to Mr. Belding, and you guys might know who he is. Out of fear of getting munted and gooned to, we start up the Frost Moon. I'm sorry, Pumpkin Moon, but same thing to be honest. You hate me. It's literally the same thing, two different holidays. Like deadass. The drops are very similar. They are usually ranged orientated, but we are doing this for the Witch's Brim mount because the Witch's Brim mount is one of the best mounts in the game. I've beaten Moonlord with it countless times. Go back to our summoner video. You see me beat him with the freaking mount. It is so good. So we can honestly sacrifice our wing slot at this point in the game for like a new accessory. But we summon him on it. And we see it is Brayden from those annoying TikToks. He is in the stage of Goontosis right now. He's trying to achieve a higher. He's trying to achieve Goonbana, but he's only in Goontosis right
Miss Williams said she
now. So he's really strong still, though. He's punching around. He's gooning. He's hypnotizing us with his fast moves. And he talks to us, telling us interesting things. Like, Mr. Belding, what are you doing, Mr. Belding? Look into my eyes, Mr. Belding. But we succumb to his absolute goontrosity. He goons us, and he munts us, and then he edges to our body. Then we are no more, but just a faint memory of gooning. We come back for round 2, and he greets us with a, "Already back so soon, Mr. Belding? You can't get enough of me." And we reply simply with stoic silence. We say nothing to him, because we know any word he uses, or any word we use rather on him, he'll just have more material to goon to. So we lock in. We lock into our Kai of Cthulhu yo-yo, and we keep yoing, 1 HP kill, and we burnt to a crisp. And we beat we beat Brayden. We beat Brayden is all that matters. We think we're so strong we can come back for round 3, even though we barely won last time. We're fighting. We're throwing punches at each other. We reincarnate him for some reason, and we kill him here. We kill him, which is better than last time because we almost lost last time. But Brayden is extremely powerful in this state, but he will only get more powerful, and you guys will have to watch the rest of the video to understand what I'm talking about. So we kill him some more times to procure some beetle armor, okay guys? Beetle armor is the best melee armor for us, of course, at the point in this game. So yeah, that's what we're doing in these shots with killing Brayden like relentlessly because of his atrocities he said on it and acted on us, and we die here. This ends our farm because I don't want to fight Brayden anymore. So we procure a ton of loot. We even get an Eye of Golem to increase so we can get an Adventure Emblem. We get full beetle armor, even both sets. And then we go back on the grind because we want a Paladin Shield. We still didn't get a Paladin Shield last time. I kind of just farmed for the Kraken and left. And we do end up getting a Paladin Shield, which is ginormous for us because Paladin Shields are good. And now we're on the grind. I know I'm going to cut to here getting this first try, but the grind for it took ages, guys. It took ages. But I want you guys to witness this clip of getting a Pirate Staff drop and then a Coin Gun drop right after. That is extremely rare. Pirate Staff, hands down, the best pre-hard mode boss summon. I know I'm playing. It's not better than Sidewing Staff, but it is really good, guys. The Pirate Staff is so good, and I want you guys to go watch Socrates' video on the Pirate Staff. He reacted to the Pirate Staff because of me. So, in honor of Socrates, we are going to build a Pirate Staff holding area, like a little shrine at the top of our house. It's going to be completely made out of gold. It did take a really long time, but I'm really proud of this build. It has on showcase, it has the Pirate Staff, it has the Coin Gun, it has a lot of pirate drops. But at the shrine, we will pray to Sock and to the Coin Gun, the Cutlass, and the Pirate Staff, the godly Pirate Staff. Now we're on to the pillars, basically, which, well, we're going to beat the Lunatic Cultist, of course. Like, who dies to the Lunatic Cultist, am I right? Totally not in my last Terraria video. I totally didn't get stomped on by the cultist. I totally didn't, guys. But listen up. We summon him on in after
bullying the Discord gooners who goon to not safe for work photos in a constant channel that's randomly about Facebook. That was off of a Facebook thread. So we kill him here, just barely. As always, we kill him just barely. That's the running theme. Okay? Now we're on to the pillars, guys. These pillars resemble things that I hate. I hate these things so much so that I've got to commentate on them. Guys, the first pillar resembles something that I hate utterly. Maybe not hate, but these people are the stinkiest, grossest people in the world, okay? These are those that are in ROJTC. I'm so sorry. There's some cool ones. Like, I've been talking to some random cool ones, but most of the average ROJTC kid smell like absolute dog shit. And they also talk like, oh, so gross. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. They just overwhelm us with their guns and their ferocity of just annoyance. Their guns that they have the right to carry and use apparently on criminals they see fit. And they kill us, surprisingly, right? Gun versus yo-yo, who wins? Obviously the fucking gun. But it hurts. This pillar took a surprising amount of time. I don't know why I decided to start off with this pillar, but I just did. These storm divers are telling us that we have the right to remain silent. I know those are cops, but dude, it's like I'm grouping these people in the same category. These people all stink and they all have guns. So we keep pushing for the demise of these RJTC people that we have nothing to do with and want nothing to do with. And the shield goes down. Shields are down at home base. We yell stolen valor at the pillar repeatedly to weaken it. And it goes down. It gets absolutely shredded after we tear down its esteem. And from here we're thinking, we just destroyed the pillar. Why don't we go to the Yap pillar, or the Nebula pillar, one might say. Which will explain more on why I do. And then people that try and finish our sentences before we even say them kill us. And annoying people that just talk to talk kill us. This thought overwhelms us so much so that we have to go to a lower form of comedy to digest so we can be more sound and happy. We go to the physical comedy pillar. And this is the pillar of Minions movies. This is the pillar of slapping your friends and then laughing and running away. And this is the iconic hitting a person in public and then acting like nothing happened after doing so. This pillar is full of so many jokes that are so funny, and they are just the top tier amount. And we obliviously and obviously get smacked in the back of the head by a Stardust cell, and it acts like it didn't hit us after, which is super funny, right? And shields drop after we press them, after we've known they slapped us in the back of the neck multiple times and act like nothing happened. So we end up rolling up on them, and they compress into themselves and basically shrivel up and just explode, basically, or implode rather, because of how they shriveled up and end up on themselves when we confronted them about hitting us. It goes down here after we get chased by their boys, after we rightfully stand up to the physical comedy pillar of doom. After making work of this pillar, we end up going over to the Yapper pillar. Because I really don't like the Yapper pillar, and it's probably one of the harder pillars. People hate me for saying it, but the Nebula pillar is really fucking hard. It's so hard. I literally had to go underground in order to kill all of these guys with my yo-yo. Interactions with many of the mobs that spawn from the shitty pillar are like the worst experiences in your life. Actually, no, I'm changing it. This pillar represents those people in class that say really smart stuff even though they don't understand what they're saying in order to get a better grade. Okay, I understand maybe people, this is really niche, so maybe some people haven't had experiences with these like types of, these archetypes, but these people are the shallowest, most annoying people I've ever heard. They just come up with some like random words that they don't even understand themselves just in order to get a better grade, and you end up deciphering the fucking codes that they just said in front of you if you're like in the middle of like an English discussion, let's say. You're talking, and they're like, the qualities and the imperfections of the American society benefit the American dream because of the complexities and the atrocities and the sophistication of the American culture. What I just said is a completely coherent sentence that if you really break it down, it makes a little bit of sense. But I just came up with that on the dome, and it was me perpetuating the idea. See, now I'm even using advanced language, trying to like give an example of this. It's literally contagious. It is a virus. It needs to be put away. But it's literally the worst. The worst. But we go over to the solar pillar of looks maxing. Okay. This pillar is where everyone goes to looks max. In Ohio. They looks max in Ohio. Everyone. From the flaming meteorites, the Skrillexes, and everything. The spear, the Drapplers, even the worms. Everything. The tortoises, the possessed armor. They all mew in Ohio. They looks max. The scrollers, everything. All of them looks max with maximum efficiency, and all use Umax to achieve their dream and turn from beta to sigma and feel sigma to sigma. I'm so sorry. I'm actually rotting my brain by talking like this. But the looks max pillar of looks maxing is pretty hard. Like the Yoyos don't have much knockback. Well, I don't have a godly one, so that's kind of my fault. But we do deal a lot of damage against the looks maxing. We try and bone smash in order to get a better jawline and fit in with these two, but we don't. We die. We cannot looks max in Ohio strong enough. They looks max way better than us, and we just have to sit on the edge of Ohio. We have to edge. We have to edge while looks maxing. Okay. So that's what we do. We edge at the looks maxing pillar to try and like get some cheap kills to break the shield. But everything just does so much fucking damage, and we just can't fucking compete. The scrollers deal way too much. The crawltipedes deal way too much. It's so bad. The looks max pillar, like a graveyard ends up developing because of the looks maxing pillar's lethality, if you get what I'm saying. It's like really fucking bad. So here we just keep continuously throwing our bodies, trying to learn the ways of the looks max when we finally break the shield of looks max. And we finally achieve looks maxing in Ohio. And we kill the pillar after dealing with 40 of the looks maxing minions telling us we can't looks max, even though we are. So we shut up, we put our finger to our mouth, and we start mewing in preparation of what's to come. We begin thinking on who our opponent could be from the impending doom. Maybe our friend who's really bad at fighting games that spams an OP move comes back. We wonder who? We have no clue. And he comes on in, and we see it is Brayden. We thought we killed him. We killed him in that shitty pillar of munting, muntology, and goonetry. But he's risen. He's achieved Goonvana. He's ascended to a next plane of living. He's evolved even. And he sprays at us with his goon juice and his goon lasers. And he just absolutely tears through us while spouting utter nonsense about the Goonvana state and how to achieve Goonvana. And telling us that we will most definitely be munted on when we inevitably perish from this plane of life. He lasers us continuously and we die, and we are obviously munted on. We are very sad to know what happened to our bodies inevitably. We cry ourselves and are looking at our death screen, wondering why life has treated us so poorly. And then we eventually summon Brayden back on up, wanting round 2. Only after we get our nurse chamber, because we need our nurse, because Brayden does way too much damage in the state he is in. Goonvana has just completely changed and rerouted all of his powers. Completely. So, we get our nurse box built, and we plan for Moonlord. Well, Brayden, rather. She's in the place. We get his goon plate. The plate of goonage, okay? The plate of Brainrot, rather. In comes in King of Brainrot, Brayden. He inevitably tells us his secret to Goonvana. Where are you? How are you here, Brayden? I achieved Goonvana. You will never know how. He still gatekeeps the idea of Goonvana, which now we low-key want to try gooning. And we try to achieve goonage. We do goon for like 3 seconds, then we fly too close to the sun and have to keep running back to our nurse because we gooned way too hard. But we're flying around and we're hitting Brayden for some pretty big numbers that might put his gooning. It might actually break his edging streak, and then he'll have to stop looks maxing. Because he is, as you can see, he's not saying a word anymore after his introduction. He is most definitely mewing in Ohio. Okay, guys. But we heal up after taking an insane beating from Brayden. He's just dealing way too much. His core is out. He has failed his edging streak, and he wants to make sure that we know his name. and that we know we caused all this. I get greedy, and we go back for a heal. And I don't run back immediately and get a heal for some reason. And Brayden, he kills us. He he makes us lose our edging streak instead, so we both go down. But this will be the final time Brayden does anything of the sorts to us. We are not going to back down, and we will not lose another time to Brayden. We will break his edging streak for a second time, and we will make sure he never edges again by doing two things. We'll shatter his god complex, and we will also take him out of the state of Goonvana. In order for us to do so, we have to achieve Goonvana ourselves. So, we are working at both those things right now. We're dealing a lot of damage. We might break his edging streak. Once his core opens, that's when we know we've broken it. But once his core opens, there's no going back. And it's either we do or we don't. Because if we don't, we will have to fight his gooning minions that are now serving him till they die. The pillars, of course. One eye down, two eyes down, third eye down. Core is open. He has lost his edging streak and has lost his mind now. We run away in a frantic pattern, trying to dodge all of his attacks, knowing the inevitable goonetry that will succumb us if we do not kill him. We're doing really well. We're doing way better than before. We are keeping our distance and not getting too close to the sun, which is, of course, his nethers. His nethers is the sun. And then, something amazing happens. Perfect, even. Brayden goes into smithereens, screaming, "Mr. Belding, why did you do this to me? Mr. Belding!" And we just don't say a single word as we look Max and take his spot as the king of Ohio. We stand in the remains and the excess liquids from goonetry and gooning with Brayden, and we just have post-nut clarity hit us like a truck. We run around in a sporadic movement, trying to figure out what we're gonna do next. Then we realize we place down Brayden's statue, and we get ready to open his loot bag. We sit in the pirate staff shrine in waiting in anticipation of what's to come next. Will we get the Terrarian, or are we just not gonna have all the Yoyos in the game? So what do? We open up the bag and we get the Terrarian. Amazing, the best yo-yo in the game. Super fun, super perfect, all the projectiles, all of this battle, all of it was worth it at the end of the day. We place our yo-yos in their respective slots. We have our Eye of Cthulhu in the solar eclipse. We have Brayden's statue of the Terrarian, and we walk around, seeing all the yo-yos we used in this gooning playthrough, and everything we put in, all the hours, all the time, all the edging streaks lost, all of the looks maxing, all of the mewing, all of the maxing, and we compile into an amazing playthrough. I had a ton of fun becoming the king of Ohio and achieving Goonvana. I love you guys. Keep gooning in a Brainrot episode.